Okay, everybody, I wanted to quickly run through the rubric for the new, or modified, I should say, DBQ for the 2020 exam. We'll get into details later, we'll study later, but I wanted you to see the rubric so you can start to familiarize yourself with it. So instead of 7 points, it's 10, and all those extra points come in the lower portions, the evidence and the analysis and the evidence beyond document sections, but it is 10 points. You are given fewer documents, so you only have 5 documents to use, which is nice. It'll speed things up a little bit, but there's these kind of intermediate points that are given. So I want to show you that, talk about that. That way you know what's going on. So first off, the first 2 sections are the same. Thesis, context, those are the exact same rules and requirements that we've done throughout the year. So those don't change at all. When we come down here to evidence, notice usually we have there's usually a section for evidence, and we just have 2 options. The first one is you use 3 documents, and they, may or may not support an argument well, and the other one is you use 6 of the 7. It's changed a little bit. We see that you can earn a total of 3 points on this section instead of just 2. So to earn 1 point, you have to basically reference 2 documents accurately. Okay, and so you guys should be able to do more than that, but that is how you would earn 1 point. There's this intermediate point now. So in order to get 2 points, you would do this, which you should do if you're using it to support you're using evidence to support your thesis anyway. In order to get the second point, you would be using 2 documents to support your argument. So most of you are going to do that. You're going to use 2 documents to support your argument. But this is, you would have 2 out of 3 if you only used 2 documents to support your argument. You can get that third point if you use 4. So this is kind of like the 2 points on the original rubric. And then this is just an in-between point. So even though there's more points available, it's not that you have to do more. So what you will want to aim to do is earn 3 points in the evidence section by using 4 of the 5 documents to support your argument. So you accurately describe them, and then you support your argument. Okay, so 4 out of the 5. Same concept, just like 6 out of 7 before. In this, it's 4 out of 5. This was the one that's a little bit different. This doesn't really change a whole lot. This is where it gets different. So usually you only have to use 1 additional piece of evidence, so evidence outside of the documents. In the new rubric, you can get 2 points in this section if you use 2 pieces of outside evidence. So again, 2 pieces, a second piece of specific historical evidence beyond what is found in the documents. Now, your test is open book, open note, so I think that's why they did this. But even though it's open note, open book, you won't have the time to search through your book for some random document to help you. You have to already have in mind the things that might be able to support the topic that's being asked about. So, but we'll talk about that later. Just understand 2 outside pieces of evidence on that one. Scroll down to analysis. This is, I think this is good. I think this will be pretty easy for you guys to do. So normally to get the analysis point, remember you guys had to analyze 3 documents of the 6. That's on the original rubric. Well, in this case, you get 1 point for analyzing 1 document. That means applying happy or looking at, context, point of view, purpose, historical situation, all that. You can get 1 point if you do that for 1 document, and you get 2 points if you do that for a second document. So 2 of the documents you use, you also will need to analyze them. So apply happy, historical, context, audience, point of view, purpose. Applying that to 2 documents will get you the full points for analysis. Then the reasoning hasn't changed, though that's still the same thing. That's the however statement at the end of the sentence. That's the link to another time period. That's the going into a nuance of something, looking at different variables of something, stuff that we practice throughout the year. So really the big changes are, number 1, you have to analyze 2 of the 4 sources that you're going to use to get the full credit there. And then you have to do 2 outside pieces of evidence, okay? And then this middle section is pretty much the same. It's just instead of 6 of the 7, it's 4 of the 5. There's also a chance for that middle point if you only use 2. Okay, so no matter what, you should be using your evidence to support your argument. So you guys should be in this section or this section. But take a little time to review this. I've attached it to your classroom page, and we'll do more in-depth studying later on.